Australia has more lizard species than nearly any other country on the planet. When it came to naming all of these Aussie reptiles, early naturalists got pretty creative, and today we're checking out a few of these oddly named lizards.
Okay, Tanya, you said there's another funny named lizard in here. Now, where is he?
You think I'm kidding you, don't you? Okay, there's a sand swimmer in here.
Oh, there you go.
He is.
So what's that? He just hides out underneath the sand.
He'll go under the sand. He'll actually move under the sand, just under the surface, and you can just sort of see this like little wave.
Yeah.
In the heat of the day, it's also the place to be to get nice and cool. Because these guys like to live out in the desert,
Yeah.
they want to be able to cool themselves down. So the sand's very useful.
Okay, and they've just got like special little nose or nasal cavities so they can breathe underneath there?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they can just close the end of their nose so it doesn't get filled with sand,
Yep.
which is pretty useful.
And away they go.
Look at this lovely colour.
Yeah, they're gorgeous little lizards.
Yeah, I think so too.
For our next wacky named reptile, we move from the sand swimming variety to one that was actually named after a fish.
The people that first saw these lizards just went, it looks like a mullet fish, but it's on the land. So we'll call it a land mullet.
Okay, it doesn't swim at all?
They can swim, but it's not something that you ever see them doing. They like to live in the nice rainforesty areas, which there's always lots of water around, but I've never seen one paddling around in the pond before.
Okay, now how old's this little one that you've got?
This little guy here is about 12 months old, and your juveniles or your little babies, they have all these little spots. As they get older, they lose their spots, but they're really pretty little spots all the way down here.
Now this is one of my personal favourites of the reptile realm, the lumpy, bumpy shingleback.
Look, these guys, as well as being lumpy, they're incredibly tough.
Yeah.
They do live out in very dry areas. It keeps the moisture inside their bodies. But also, they're like little bulldozers. So these guys, anything that they think they can climb under, well, let's go and have a look. So they need really tough scales.
Yep.
But also, once they're there, if another animal or like a predator comes and tries to pull them out, it will help to wedge them in a little bit. So that's pretty useful.
Okay, now why are these two different colours?
Depending on where they come from. So it's all to do with camouflage and survival. So if you live out in the lovely reds and oranges of the desert, best to have some of those colours on you so that you can camouflage. Whereas Cupcake here is one of our Queensland shinglebacks, so you'll find these guys in like Blacksall Plains.
Okay.
So you just want to be that nice dark colour.
Do they have different names in different parts of Australia?
They have heaps of different names. So we call them shinglebacks here. They get called... as well as that pine cone lizards, they get called bog-eyed lizards, sleepies, stumpy tails, and occasionally cowpat lizards.
Oh, that's not too nice.
I think they'd have to be sitting very still for that.
Yeah. Okay, Tanya, so you said the last funny named lizard we're going to look at is in here, but it kind of looks like a snake.
It does look like a snake, but it's not a snake. So
Okay.
it gets called a scaly foot.
Okay, but it doesn't have any feet.
No, it doesn't have any feet. It has two little scales, though.
Okay.
It is a legless lizard. And, you know, the really easy way to tell a snake from a lizard, you'll notice on him, he has a little hole on each side of his head. They're his ears.
Oh, okay.
But the snakes still have all the bone structure, but their skin has grown over it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, really easy.
So from lizards that swim through the sand to those that have lost their legs, Australia has some of the coolest lizards on the planet and some of the craziest scientists who name them.